Today you're going to be doing your Washougal High School graduation check sheet. This is going to help you be prepared for forecasting in the next couple of weeks. There are 3 important items that you have with you today. 1, your transcript. 2, your grad check sheet. And number 3, your credit check by subject matrix. These items we'll be covering here for you to understand how they're used. First, you have a transcript. As you look at your transcript right there, you're going to see that we've blotched out the names so that you don't know whose transcript we're working on. But you're going to see, the first thing you're going to see is the school attendance information. So if you've transferred in, it will say that you were from a different school. Now you're here at Washougal. Then you're going to go to your first section, and you see that for every class, you get a 0.5 credit for each class that you pass. So transfer English is a 0.5 with a B+. Transfer algebra is a B- 4.5. So if Mr. Sanford could put a Washougal transcript up real quick, we have another one over there. We have a freshman and another junior one. There you're going to get to see all the credits listed there carefully. The thing we really want you to see is toward the bottom of your transcript. If you go all the way toward the bottom, you're going to get to see your cumulative GPA and your semester GPA. So this student here is a junior. You can see for 9th grade, first semester, he got a 3.8 GPA. Okay, so there you go. 9th grade, first semester, 3.8 GPA. 9th grade, second semester, got a 4.0. And then you can see each way down. The very last one, however, it says CUM. That means cumulative. So currently, this student has completed 16 credits. They've attempted 16 credits. And their GPA is a 3.80. So now you know how to use that piece of it. The other thing your transcript will show you is your standardized tests. These are state requirements that are attached to graduation. You can see on this one where it says reading standard met, writing standard met. You know that this student has met those requirements. If you are a freshman student or a sophomore student, those things will all show as not met because you have not yet taken the HISP standard requirement testing yet. So on your grad check sheet, you can see that this is for the classes of 2013 and beyond. So freshmen, sophomore, and juniors will use this sheet. The only difference between this and seniors is that seniors only need to have 2 years of math credit for graduation, except for when it comes to testing, which we'll talk about differently. So if you look up top, you'll see how many credits do I need to have for graduation. I have to have the 4 credits of English. For graduation for social studies, I have to have 2.5 for graduation, but 3 if I want to go on to a college. Now here's the catch. If I took Washington State history in middle school and I passed it, all I get is a check mark on there because I don't get the credit. However, if I took it in high school and I passed it, I actually get a 0.5. So that's something to be aware of. Then everything else, U.S. history you take as a junior, CWP as a senior. Then we go down to the next bracket. You have to have a 0.5 of health and a 0.5 of PE credit. The final bracket on this side is the 3.0 credits of math. So I have to have 3 credits or 3 years of math for graduation. On to the next column at the top of the other side. Science credits. Now the important thing, and we need to update our form for this, is you have to have 2 credits of science. One should be a life science. Life science includes biology, marine biology, zoology, anatomy and physiology. Or I have to have a year of physical science. Those physical science classes include chemistry, physics, and AP or honors of those as well. Then below that section is the Career and Technical Education credit, CTE credit. Sometimes students talk about it as OC-Ed credits. You can do technology courses with Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Tufts. You can do home like cooking classes and textile classes with Mrs. Walker and Mrs. Samo. We also have computer or business classes with Mrs. Leonard. Those are some of the career and technical ed options. Then you have your fine art credit. You have to have 1 credit of fine art for graduation. Music, band, theater, art, those are fine art credits. Below that then is the 6.5 credits of electives. So those would be your foreign languages, But more importantly, let's say I'm a student who loves science and I want to take all 4 years of science. If I'm taking 4 years of science, once I've filled the first 2 years, the following 2 years just pop on down to that elective space. Same with fine arts. If I'm taking more than 1 full credit of fine art, pops down into the elective space. So once you fill a section with that credit, move it over to the electives. You're going to see down there also is Panther time. You will earn a 0.25 of Panther time credit for an entire year. So if you pass the entire year, you'll get an S on your transcript, and that's where you'll add it. Some of you are going to get more credits than what it takes to graduate, and that's where those credits will go below. Now you're going to see a couple boxes down there. The first bold box on your left-hand side says graduation requirement, 23 credits. Each semester class is worth a 0.5. So today you could actually go through and count out how many credits you've already completed, credits in progress, so credits you're registered for the second semester, and what credits you still have to complete. Below that is the state testing. Have you passed your reading HISP, your writing HISP? Freshmen, you're going to have a biology EOC. Math EOC. So right now, juniors, you have 1 EOC to pass. Juniors and sophomores. But freshmen, you have to pass 2 EOCs. We haven't taken these this year. So if you're like, Miss Mackey, Mr. Sanford, what are you talking about? That will be coming up for you as a freshman. And then the box next to it, other graduation requirements. High school and beyond plan, that's what you're doing in career cruising. That's why this is so important what you're doing in career cruising. We're also going to be forecasting in career cruising. All the more important to be using that. The senior paper and your senior project. So those are all components of graduation. Now Mr. Sanford's going to show you how to take a transcript and move everything over here onto your graduation check sheet.
All right, putting it all together. The transcript has grades from all the classes you've taken at Washougal High School and any schools you've been at previously. In order for you to forecast for the next semester, next year, you need to know where you stand. The first thing you want to do, step 1, is cross off any U's or F's on your transcript. You'll see Miss Mackey is writing, she's crossing off the F's, and you'll see the column it says 0 credits. So any column you get 0 credits on, that is where you're crossing off. So after step 1, we're going to move to step 2 and transfer the courses from the transcript to the credit check. Miss Mackey checked off academic focus. In the course code, you'll see that it's coded elective, ELE. That will be transferred to the credit check as an elective. Then she'll write in that class there and give it 0.5 credits, as it says on your transcript. She's done that. She goes to the next class, Academic English 9. She transfers that over, she checks it off, and gives yourself 0.5 credits for that. So forth and so on. She'll keep going down that list, checking off one at a time and putting it in the proper category. Once, like Ms. Mackey said earlier, once the math is filled up, for example, and you take pre-calculus, AP calculus, something of that nature, then those classes move to the elective category. Step 3. If you're not sure what classes belong where, look at the subject matrix to know. Film is Lit, for example, if you needed to go to English, can do so. It can also count as an elective. It can count as fine arts as well. So the subject matrix helps you know exactly where classes belong and where you can count them towards. And step 4 is this, if the section fills, you're moving to the electives. And step 5, you're just updating this each semester. If you have questions, you can talk with your Panther Time teacher, or you can ask Miss Mackey or myself. Good luck.
At this time, students should go through their graduation check sheet. Teachers, the last 10 minutes of the class, if you have time, please watch the Career Cruising video. The link will be directly under the link that you clicked for the graduation check video.